Welcome back. Well, let's turn to international news now, and of course those Trump tariffs. Well, Japan's Industry Minister Yoji Muto is now requesting that the U.S. exempt Japan from those new steel and aluminium tariffs. Terence Terashima tells us more.
Certainly this news about imposing 25% tariffs on steel and aluminium has sent a ripple effect or worries in the Japanese industries. President Trump told Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba that Japan have to reduce a $68 billion trade deficit with the U.S. and additional tariffs are still on the table. So Donald Trump said his administration will also consider placing new tariffs on automobiles, chips and pharmaceutical goods, so that will also be an impact to the Japanese industry. So the industry sources say they're concerned and frankly trying to assess Trump's next move on what he may impose on Japan or the countries with a Japanese manufacturing hub and how much economical impact it will have. So there's a spread of worries all through the industries here in Japan.
Meanwhile, in Thailand, the Prime Minister has ordered a study on the potential impact of the U.S. trade policy on the country's exports. Now, Paitongtarn Shinawatra has expressed concerns that the trade surplus with the U.S. could become a challenge. Of course, Thailand had a surplus of over $35 billion with the U.S. last year. The U.S. remains Thailand's largest export market, accounting for more than 18% of total shipments, valued at nearly $55 billion in 2024. Now, to narrow that trade gap, Thailand plans to import 1 million tons of ethane in the second quarter this year. Here's Charat Yongrana with more from Bangkok.
The Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has been very clear that this is very important as a very big priority for Thailand at a time where we're seeing that there's a shift in change in the administration in the United States. She says that the study is to assess the potential impacts of U.S. trade policies on Thai exports. In fact, Thailand has been preparing itself at the very beginning of January, where there was a working group to look into the potential disruptions that could come from U.S. policies from Donald Trump. In January, the group looked at the pros and cons for trade negotiations. And this study right now with this present working group is to evaluate how potential U.S. tariffs can affect Thai exports such as agricultural products and electronics. It's also going to assess and explore potential opportunities as well, because there could be a movement of manufacturing towards Thailand should other countries that have higher trade surpluses decide to produce from Thailand itself. But there has been some concerning information coming from groups such as Kasikorn Research Center that says that Thailand, its deficit, even though it's lower compared to other countries, has now moved up to the top 10 countries with the most surplus in terms of trade with the United States.